Hello, wonderful ladies and gentlemen. Andy here. I coach men and women on living lives of abundance and joy. If they can all do it, you sure as hell can too. Right now, I'm taking something called A Course in Miracles, which is basically a daily contemplation on different ideas and concepts. And the point of it is to be a little bit happier, to feel a little bit more love, to be a little bit more excited towards your own life and towards goals and all of that. I'll read something out from today's exercise. Begin the exercise with today's thought. Realize your part is to be happy. Only this is asked of you. Think about what this means. You have indeed been wrong in your belief that sacrifice is asked of you. And this is a concept that I think a lot of us suffer from. We think that we need to sacrifice and hustle and grind, and it needs to be a painful experience in order for us to have the things that we want. Deep down, most of us believe that life is suffering to some degree, or that suffering is necessary, or you're not going to avoid it. But you can kind of play around with the concept of, is that true? Have I just spent my entire life believing the bullshit lie that everybody else seems to believe around me, which is you can't have something without sacrifice. You can't achieve your goals without pain and blood and sweat and tears. And if you want to reach your goals, you have to sacrifice your happiness a little bit. Is that true? Or is that just a mistaken belief that we've all identified with? Is everybody in a collective hypnosis, a collective brainwashing that life has to be painful, that goals take a lot of sacrifice and misery and hustle and grind and sweat and blood and tears and all of that? Is it possible that we just didn't know any better? Is it possible to reach your goals without deep pain, sacrifice, misery? Yes, it is. That's how I work on my goals. You can work on your goals and achieve greatness out of love, out of excitement, out of motivation, rather than out of pain, suffering, fear. What if I don't do this? I'll never be happy. You can let all of that go. You don't have to sacrifice your happiness in order to reach your goals. You are allowed to enjoy your life while you work on your goals. And I think all of us were presented with a mistaken belief when we first got here on this planet, when we were first born. The belief that everybody else told us, which is, hey, welcome to Earth. It kind of sucks here. Life's a bitch, and then you die. You're going to have to fight that. Even if you build everything, well, you're going to lose it when you die. But imagine if we'd been born on this planet with a little sign or a little business card that said, welcome to Earth. Enjoy your stay here. Imagine if we'd been told that this self-improvement thing is allowed to be fun rather than a hustle and a grind. That is the mission of my coaching. That is the mission of my content, is to help people achieve their goals easier than they would by themselves, to help you achieve greatness without all of the pain and the misery and the suffering that a lot of you think is necessary. It's not. You're allowed money. You're allowed sex, you're allowed an amazing body, you're allowed self-love, you're allowed all of these things, happiness, a great social life, and you're allowed to enjoy the process of building it. It doesn't have to be miserable. I don't know why you'd want it to be miserable, and I think most of you don't. I think if I could present you with an option of having the amazing sex life that you want without all the suffering, most of you would take it in a heartbeat. You just don't know that that's possible. Maybe you don't believe that that's possible, but it is. You can have it. You're allowed a mind-blowingly good sex life with people that blow your mind with how attractive they are and how much they're into you. And you're allowed that without being miserable every second of the journey. You're allowed as much money as you want. And you're allowed to build that in a way where you don't use people. You feel like you're giving to other people and yourself. It doesn't have to be this painful entrepreneurial grind. You're allowed to be happy. You can have a great body, great friends, great bank account, great bedroom adventures. Everything you want is possible. The world is an abundant place. You just thought that it wasn't. You believe the lie that you have to get and you have to take and you have to use, and you got to hustle and grind before somebody else uses you. You believe the lie that you need to keep your defenses up in case you get rejected or hurt. You believe the lie that you can't be vulnerable because someone might fuck you over. But let us let go of these sweet little lies that are not even that sweet. And let's embrace the actual truth. There is plenty of abundance out there for all of you. All that it takes is that you do the steps, you take the action, You don't have to be miserable while you take that action. That was never necessary. It was a little bit that our beautiful little human egos added on top. Suffering is optional. It is not mandatory. And so I present to you the question, have you ever tried just letting yourself be happy? Whatever your goals might be, whether that's money, relationships, sex and dating, fitness, health, friendships, whatever, we are here to help you make those beautiful goals come to life. Ed did it. Taylor did it. Harry did it. None of them are special. If you're listening to this, you know you're capable of more than you're currently giving. You already want something more than what everybody else around you seems to be content with. You want to achieve more, be more, give more to the world. You know it, and I know it. You're destined for something beautiful. Click the link to the coaching in the description below, and let us help you get there. Happiness starts today.